5.3. We're going to go over slope, x and y intercept, and graphing, which you all did before Christmas. So another word for slope is rate of change. You can take the dependent variable and divide it by the independent variable. Rise over run, y over x, right? So slope is rise over run, dependent divided by independent, or y divided by x. All the same thing, correct? Okay, in the equation, in slope-intercept form, slope is always m. Y equals mx plus b. Slope is always m. If you have standard form, which is ax plus by equals c, standard form, to find slope, you make a negative and divide it by b. Do we remember that from before Christmas? Okay, x-intercept. We're looking for the x-intercept. We're looking for where it crosses the x-axis. So y would be 0 and x would be whatever number it does, whatever number it crosses. The y-intercept. If it's wanting the y-intercept, x would be 0 and y would be where it crosses the y-axis. Right here. Here is your slope. M is your slope. B is where it's the y-intercept, where it crosses the y-axis. And to find x, we're going to plug in 0 for y. We're going to plug 0 for y to find x. We're going to do examples of these in just a second. You have standard form. Standard form, A always goes with x, B always goes with y, and C is always by itself. To find x, we take whatever C is and we divide it by A. To find y, we take whatever C is and divide it by B. And to find m, we make A negative and divide it by b. What if A is already negative? A negative and a negative make a positive. Constant of proportionality. That just means it goes through the origin. They want you to find the slope when it goes through the origin. Okay, we're going to do example 1. With example 1, they want you to find m, x, and y. M, x, and y. So your m is right here, which is your y is right here, which is, to find x, we have to plug in 0 for, you have 0 equals 2x plus 4. What do I do with 4? Minus 4. Move it to the other side. That canceled. You're left with negative 4 equals 2x. If it doesn't tell you what the letter is,
The opposite.
opposite of 2 times x is divide. So negative 4 divided by 2 is negative 2. So your x is negative 2. Right? Example 2 is what form? Standard. This is always your A because it goes with x. It's always your B and that's always your C. Remember axe? Ah, he's got an axe. Bye. See you later. Remember that? Okay, so to find M, I make A negative and I divide it by B. So here's my A. So I make it negative and I divide it by my B. What's negative 4 divided by 2? Negative 2. My x. For my x, I do C divided by A. My C is what? And my A is what? 12 divided by 4 is? And to find y, I do C divided by B. My C is 12. My B is? 12 divided by 2 is? 6. So that's how you got my 3 answers with standard form. This says y is 6. So that's really easy. I know my y. My x. Do I have an x up there at all?
No.
So it's none. There's not an x up there. If I graph this, this is my y line, this is my x line, and it tells me y is 6. So I'd have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a horizontal line that represents y equals 6. Horizontal lines have a slope of what? 0. Horizontal lines have a slope of 0. And if you forget that, you can think about your slope man. Remember your slope man? Your slope man, slope man. This right here is a positive line, or positive slope. Right here is a negative slope. I didn't show you this.
You should your seventh grade.
Okay, a vertical line has an undefined slope, and a horizontal line has a 0 slope. So if the line goes this way, it's a positive slope. If the line goes this way, it's a negative slope. If it goes up and down vertically, it's an undefined slope. And if it goes left and right, it's a 0 slope. Okay, last example. I thought that was it, but I have one more. Example 4. They want to know your m, x, and y. M, x, and y. So your m is easy. What's your m? 2. Y, do I have a y back here? No. So what represents nothing back there? 0. X, how do I find x? I plug in 0 for y. So 0 equals 2x. This is me finding x. I plugged in 0 for y. Divide by 2, divide by 2. What's 0 divided by 2? 0. If they give you a line and they want you to find m, x, and y, well, right here is my x line going left and right. Horizontal, right? X? Yes? So where does it cross the x-axis? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Where does it cross the y-axis? Down 2, right? And your slope is rise over run. Rise over run. Is this a positive or negative slope? Positive is going uphill. So it crosses perfectly there. It also crosses perfectly there, right? So I can either go from this point to this point or this point to this point. It doesn't matter, does it? So as long as it crosses perfectly on the graph, I rise up how many?
1.
And I go over 1, 2, 3, 4. So your slope was 1 over 4. Make sense? So you found your m, you found your x, and you found your y. What's your m?
I didn't get it.
What's your m? Where's m always?
Y?
Why is it 7?
Because it's your slope.
Your slope is always next to x. M is 7, it's always next to x. This is y equals mx plus b, right? What's your y at the very end? Negative 3. How do I find x?
Plug in 0 for y and
So 0 equals, my board's messing up. 0 equals,
Your board.
find x, I plugged in 0 for y. What do I do with negative 3?
You just plus it. Add it.
Okay, so now I have 3 equals 7x. How do I get x by itself? So can I leave it as x equals 3/7? Is that okay? Yeah, I don't have to turn it to a decimal. Okay, on your next one, I want you to find m, x, and y. M equals x equals y equals. And remember, you can use your shortcut. X is whatever c is divided by a. Y is c divided by b. And m, you make a negative, and you divide it by b. This is always your a with x, b with y, c by itself. Okay, first let's find our x. What is my c? And what is my a? 4. What's 8 divided by 4?
2.
2. So my x was 2. My y. What's my c? 8. What's my b?
-2.
Negative 2. What's 8 divided by negative 2?
-4.
And my m, I have to make a negative. So what's my a? What's my b? What's negative 4 divided by negative 2? Positive 2. You get it right? Yeah. They want your m, your x, and your y. Remember, Remember, your M represents slope. Is this a positive or negative slope? Negative. Real quick, it'd be easy for me to find my X. What's my X? 4. What's my Y? 2. And I want to find my slope, which is rise over run. We already said it was negative. I rise up 1, 2. I run over 1, 2, 3, 4. I can leave it like that, or I can put it in simplest form. Negative 1 over 2. Let's check negative 1 over 2. Up 1 over 2. Did it work?
Yes.
Up 1 over 2. That one works also. They want us to find the rate of change. The rate of change is the same thing as find the slope. It's the same thing as saying y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's the same thing as saying y divided by x. It's the same thing as saying rise over run, right? All of that means rate of change. So I can do y divided by x and get an easy answer. 80 divided by 2 is 40. One thing that I do want you to notice is this will be on your state test. They give you distance and they give you time. What equation do you use with distance and time?
Distance equals rate times time.
Perfect. Distance equals rate times time. They taught you that in 7th grade. You did it all year long. They taught you that I don't know how many times in 8th grade. It will probably be on your state test. The distance is 80 equals your rate. You don't know. You're looking for it. And your time is 2. So to solve for rate, you just divide. And your rate is 40. Your rate is your slope. Your rate is your how much it's changing each time, right? It's going up 40 for each x. It goes up 40, right? Okay. Every morning, Miguel makes a protein smoothie by putting 2.5 tablespoons of protein powder in a blender with ice and a cup of milk. So, to make 1 serving, he used 2.5 tablespoons. Sometimes after school, he and his sister have a smoothie before they go to soccer practice. So he uses twice as much protein powder in the blender. So for 2 servings, what's twice as much? 5. If he has his friends over and wants to serve protein shakes, that's normal for every kid, he makes a blender full. His recipe is simple. He puts in 2.5 tablespoons of powder for every cup of shake he wants to make. So let's say he wanted to make 3 cups. He would do, it's just going up by 2.5 each time, right? They want to know, is it linear?
Yes.
Yes. Is it going up by the same amount each time?
Yes.
Yes, it's linear. They want to know what the equation would be. Well, how much is it going up each time?
2.5.
So your total is 2.5 for every serving that you want to make, right? So 2.5 times 1 is 2.5. 2.5 times 2 is 5. Is it proportional? Proportional means if you graph it, will it go through 0, 0? Well, let's think about it. If you want to make 0 servings, how many tablespoons would you use?
0.
So will it go through 0, 0? So is it proportional?
Yes.
Yes. They want to know, what is your slope? How much is it going up each time? 2.5. They want to know, what are your x and y intercepts? So if you think about it, x and y intercepts. Let's graph it. If you're going, delete this line. For 0 servings, you use 0 tablespoons. For 1 serving, you use 2.5. For 2 servings, you used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where to cross the x-axis?
0.
Where to cross the y? So your x and y intercepts are 0, 0.